Welcome to a new episode of GFD Growth Stories, where we spotlight the people building, investing, and growing from Dubai. The guest for this episode is Aya Assaf, a brand expert, co-founder of Koala Picks, and passionate advocate for healthy family living. Aya brings years of experience in marketing and entrepreneurship, making her personal mission into a thriving UAE brand. Aya, welcome to the podcast. We're so happy to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
So I really want to get into your career journey, how you started Koala Picks, because really, you had an incredible corporate career in FMCG for a huge international brand, and you stepped away from that, which is kind of scary, but our listeners would love to know what made you do that and where you are today.
Yeah, so like you said, I had this whole career planned for me in FMCG and big company. However, once I knew I was pregnant and my first son, I realized that the dynamic of the big multinationals, the late nights in the office might not work for me in the beginning, especially. So I decided, you know what, let me take some time off. Let me focus just exploring the idea of being a mom, new mom. And I've always had this creative side in me that I wanted to explore, but never had the chance when I was in a corporate. So I was like, okay, let me know what, I'll teach art because I like to draw, I like to do crafty stuff, and I'll take it from there and see what happens. And they've told me, like, the any moment you want to come back to the company, just give us a call, you'll be back. And I didn't look back since then.
Right.
I've spent a few years just developing this creative side in me, crafting, kids' parties. It's just very stuff that's close to my heart.
A completely new direction.
Yeah, completely different. And funny enough, the idea of Koala Picks came from my husband, not me.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's the mom who comes up with the idea, but my husband is very health conscious. And at that point, it was maybe late 2018, and our son was 3.5. And he was like, started coming back from school saying, oh, my friend had a muffin in his lunchbox. Oh, my friend had this in his lunchbox. And at that point, we were not really introducing him to anything junk. So it was all very clean eating kind of thing. But once he was exposed to the outside world, we realized that we can't keep him in a bubble of this only, because he will see other kids having it. So, okay, let's start looking what can we offer from whatever is in the supermarkets. And the more we read the labels, the more it became like a realization is why? Why are all those products have very high sugar levels or artificial ingredients or numbers we couldn't understand? And just being health conscious, me and my husband, we said, no, we don't want to give this to our kids. It's unfair. At that point, I had two kids. So he came back one day, super frustrated. He told me even the organic aisle doesn't have anything clean. So I was like, you know what? That's the idea. Because we've always wanted to do something, but we never knew what. And then that was the day we decided, you know what? This is the idea. This is what we want to do. Because we were sure that it's not only our problem as us, those parents. There are so many more parents who would be facing the same problem. So that's how Koala Picks came to life.
Amazing. There's definitely a gap in the market as well, because unfortunately there's not a lot of education about nutrition.
Exactly.
Which is shocking, really, because quite a lot of people raise little humans, and so as part of that you'd think we'd have an idea about what would be the most nutritious options for them, and that there wouldn't be options just full of sugar every single way that you turn.
Exactly.
So that's incredible that you spotted the opportunity.
Yeah.
How did you take it from there? Because, of course, an idea is just an idea. There's a lot more that goes behind it. So what were your next steps in developing the brand?
So our next step was finding a nutritionist because, again, my background is marketing. His background is finance. So none of us had a nutrition degree.
Two strong verticals, but as we've said.
It's a good combination, but we were lacking the nutrition part.
Yeah.
So next step was finding a chef and finding a nutritionist. And easy enough, I found them through a female networking group. And from there, we started just brainstorming talking about what are the no-nos. So we would never use this ingredient, for example, and what are the best ingredients out there that we can use, yet keep the snacks delicious. So the whole idea is we've promised ourselves and our customers since day one is all of our products, they won't have the refined sugar, they won't have the preservatives, the artificial ingredients, no E numbers. So what we say is every single ingredient you will read on our label is an ingredient you'll find in your pantry. So no
Incredible.
artificial red
No crazy
colors,
chemicals.
something. So that was the promise from day one, and this is how we just kept on going. That all of our products shouldn't have any of that.
Yeah, that's really amazing ethos. But we have the side that makes the mums and dads happy, the no preservatives, chemicals, etc. But you've really got to appeal to those little kiddies who have like the brightly colored packages,
Yes.
labels,
Yeah.
like they know certain snacks and can identify them. So how do you pull them away from those, mass market full of nasties kind
Yeah.
of products? That really links into like how you went about branding and marketing Koala Picks.
Exactly. So a lot of people ask me why Koala Picks, where did the name come from? And I just, using my background in marketing, I wanted a name that had an animal so kids can relate to it fast and could remember it. And we thought koalas are cute. They're not really used by any other companies much. So we're like, that's a nice animal. And then Picks is just what the koala picks.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, the branding was super important that we make the koala into a character. So, for example, you would find us launching snacks in Halloween where the koala is wearing a Halloween costume. In Christmas, in Ramadan, it's wearing a dish dash. So, it was very important for me to bring the character to life, to attract the kids, and to make the brand just stick to their head. That was the first thing. The colors, it's very bright. The second thing was making sure that the snacks are actually delicious, because the stigma is anything healthy is boring. And you would ask so many kids, and the moment you say the word healthy, they'll go, oh,
Yeah.
no, And that was the challenge. Actually, having kids try the snacks, they realize, oh, I love it, and my parents love it. Win-win. Because usually, if the kid loves it, the parents won't, right? So that was the key thing: is how do we make it as delicious as possible without compromising on nutrition? And soon enough, we realized it's not only the kids loving it, it's the parents eating it. So our tagline in the beginning was healthy snacks for kids. And we had parents email us literally saying, can you please remove this tagline? Because we are eating from the snacks as much as the kids are. So it's for the family. And that was like, a light bulb moment where, why are we only saying kids? Yes, kids is our core, but the whole family is our target.
Amazing. So it's great you're so connected with the brand that you got that live feedback and were able to assess it and think, like this is for family, and implement it straight away. So that's really amazing. So in this journey, how has growing from Dubai helped and supported your business?
So honestly, we're lucky we started in Dubai, because Dubai is such a futuristic kind of country, right? Very forward thinking. And the demographic here is amazing because you have a mix of everyone. So you have the mix of the expats, of the locals, of all different nationalities, all different cultures and traditions. So it really helped us with just shaping the brand to the ways that fit the demographic. And setting up a business in Dubai, honestly, is very straightforward. Like, if I think to other countries, it might just, I don't know where to go. Here, it was just, you know what to do, you know where to go, you need to pay for this license, tak, tak, tak. Mm-hmm. And as strict as it is, like being in the food business, and I get multiple visits from Dubai municipality checking our facility, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that they keep an eye on businesses to make sure we stay up to the standard hygiene and everything. And it's a melting pot, Dubai. So we loved starting from here.
Yeah, incredible. And like the high standards are beneficial for everybody.
Everyone.
So yeah, really amazing. So from this point now, you've started in Dubai, you've grown the product out to families. What's the next steps for Koala Picks?
So Dubai, we've been growing in Dubai. I mean, actually, the whole UAE. So we serve everyone. Abu Dhabi is still on our list. We haven't been much there yet, so it's our next big thing. But we've lately started exploring exporting to GCC countries. So we just started exporting to Kuwait. We've seen the demand there, people asking us to come there. So our next step is just expanding to the GCC, helping more and more families get access to healthy snacks. Because, I mean, what I thought in the beginning would be like a cute Dubai business kind of thing, no, it quickly developed into a mission, kind of. So I take my job not as a job, I take it as a mission that I need to make sure all the parents understand the importance of healthy eating and help them get access to the products.
Yeah, definitely. If you've ever read the labels in like the sweets aisle, snacks aisle,
Yeah.
you would understand the mission as well, for sure.
Yeah.
So during your business journey, where has there been certain challenges that you've not foreseen, and how have you tackled them?
So the most of the challenges were in the beginning. I mean, we jumped into an industry we were not familiar with, food, and definitely took us some time to navigate like what to do. But once we knew, it was easy then. But the challenges is like lack of resources. For example, in the beginning, as a startup, your cash is very little, very limited. So you need to prioritize stuff over stuff. So maybe I didn't have the big budgets to spend on marketing like other brands did. And a lot, I mean, we've launched right before COVID. So that was a big hit for us in the beginning.
Very tough.
Because parents usually use the healthy snacks for schools, and then the schools shut down. So everyone stayed home, and overnight our business was like going down. However, for us, COVID was also like a light bulb moment, because we realized if we were stuck just waiting for schools to open, we would have like ended the whole thing very quickly.
So it caused you to pivot.
Exactly. So we had to pivot. We had to think, okay, schools are done, because we used to be a subscription service in the beginning, only subscription. So parents only get our snacks once weekly to cover them for the week.
Yep.
When COVID hit, we decided, okay, let's pivot because we can't wait. So we said, okay, parents can go in, they can buy whatever snacks they want. They don't have to have a financial commitment to a subscription. So that was the first thing. The second thing, it was us developing products that fit this part. So if you remember COVID, everyone was home, having great breakfast, doing big baking projects, banana bread. Cookies, everything. So that made me think. I was spending more time with the kids at home, and they would ask me for pancakes every single day. And then that made me think like, okay, let me why not enter the breakfast segment, because it also lacks. It's all full of sugar-filled cereals or granolas or whatever. So COVID came like as a blessing, kind of, at a point, because it made us shift and create whole new segments very fast, just to fit with what's happening in the market.
Yeah, the current environment.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you touched on breakfast, because it links back to what we were talking about with nutrition.
Yeah.
People don't realize what's healthy and not healthy. So wildly across Europe, cereal, milk, and a glass of orange juice is seen as a good breakfast.
Yes.
That's great. Like you started your day fantastically, and nobody realizes the amount of sugar, the processed cereals, what they actually contain, and the fact that drinking a glass of orange juice is a huge hit of sugar to the system. It's marketed as vitamin C, but it's actually pure sugar that immediately spikes your blood. And then to imagine that in a little body as well before they're just about to go to school, it's mind-boggling that there's not the education there where it really needs to be. So as you can tell, I'm definitely a supporter of your mission. And it's fantastic that COVID, although unexpected, enabled you to pivot out into more areas that definitely need your touch. So what is next for you guys? Are we covering lunch? Are we covering dinner?
So honestly, we've covered spreads. So I had my son one day come to me and tell me, Mama, I will not say the famous brand's name, but what is this chocolate spread? And I was like, oh my God, okay, here's something I need to tackle, you know? And honestly, this is how we're going. It's basically me seeing my kids grow. And with every stage, I see them needing more stuff. So for example, my eldest is now almost 11. And now we're talking, he's a young athlete, so many sports. And now we're thinking protein. And I look at the market and full of protein bars, but if you actually read the label, it's junk. I would never give my son a protein bar from the stuff in the supermarket. So we didn't develop anything yet. It's just the idea of us seeing what kids need more with every stage, with every age, and we cater for that. Because I like to say, like, who developed the brand is my kids. It's not me. It's not my husband. It's them. They're the ones who told me, we want this, this, this. And I just made it happen in the right way. But it's them who are the center of the whole thing. And they realize that, and they come back with ideas to me every single day.
I was going to ask, do they realize their influence in the brand?
Yes, they call themselves their chief tasting officers.
Oh, amazing.
They come to the office every once in a while.
Are they demanding a salary and a seat on the board?
Sometimes. I do let them work in the kitchen part-time, and they would come, oh, I've worked for 2 hours, can I have 20 dirhams? Oh, like, oh, okay.
I like that though. It's a true family business. Everybody's involved.
Yes, when we're in a crunch, like Halloween's coming up. Halloween is one of the craziest times for us, and I sometimes get them in to help. I mean, easy stuff, but they love it. They love being part of it. They love standing beside the chefs and working in the kitchen. And they would come and say, Mama, why wouldn't you do gummy bears or marshmallows or the stuff they love, you know? And honestly, I've tried. I mean, some failed attempts so far, but we're working towards it. So yeah, that's, I mean, how I'm going to develop the brand so far. And just we're starting seeing a lot of traction from other markets, even beyond GCC. So we're exploring that as well.
Aim is to buy to international audiences.
Exactly.
Incredible. I'm very excited for you. And your team as well, your whole family team. So your brand's been in existence for a little while now. And I'm sure you have a lot of tales to tell. You've already shared so much. Is there a particular story that sticks out where you've impacted a family with your brand?
Honestly, there have been several stories across the past 6 years, but one that actually always sticks to my head, and I remember very clearly the day I got this message. So I was actually about to sleep. It was a very tough day. I was very down. And I get this random message from a person I don't know. And a mom, she messages me on the Koala Picks account, and she tells me, I just want to tell you that you literally saved my daughter's life. And I was like, that's a big statement, you know? You don't hear a statement like this if I'm doing a snacks brand. And I'm like, how? Like, why? And she said she was born premature, 6 months or something. So she lived with delay in everything, being a baby, and then she's in her toddler phase now. And she was so underweight, and she was so picky. And that's something that comes with premature babies, that they're very picky. They refuse to eat most of the food. And she reached a point where the doctor told her if she doesn't improve the intake, we will have to feed her through a tube. And she said, at that point, I stumbled upon your brand and I started introducing your snacks a bit by bit. And she told me she loved every single snack and she eats them on daily basis. I get goosebumps every time I remember
that's so
that.
Incredible.
And she said now she's a healthy child. She loves everything. She's no longer as picky as before. And she tried every single snack from your website and she loves them all. And I cried. I remember that night before I slept, I cried And I thanked her so much for reaching out, saying a positive message and story, because yes, I run the business on daily basis, and but it gets tough. It's so tough. It's so
Definitely.
hard. It sometimes gets so lonely, and you lose vision of the mission. You lose vision of why are you doing this when it gets too hard. And that message on that day made me realize that's why am I doing this. I'm helping other parents, and even this girl I helped beyond my imagination that my products could help. So yeah, this story really stuck with me. And every time I feel down, I remember it, and I remember I need to keep going because there are kids out there that need the product.
Yeah, definitely need as
Yeah.
well. As a premature little baby, she
Yeah.
definitely needs like the right nutrition and sustenance to get her back to the normal range, let
Yeah.
alone beyond that. So that is truly incredible
Yeah.
that she reached out and told you that. And of course, like being an entrepreneur, the day to day, it can definitely get on top of you. It's
Yeah.
not all,
No.
rainbows and flowers. It's
At
a
all.
lot of ups and downs and
Yeah.
setbacks. And just hearing that positivity that was completely unexpected just really does boost
Yeah.
and galvanize you forward.
Truly.
Amazing. So, Aya, community is clearly very important to you.
Yeah.
And we know your brand aligns with Taste of Giving. Can you tell us a bit more about this initiative?
So from day one, community is a core for us, whether on a sustainability level or any different level. And when actually Dubai Cares Foundation, which is a government foundation, reached out to us saying we're running this campaign, Taste of Giving, where any proceeds you will donate will go towards feeding children in Africa. School meals, basically. So I felt it really aligns with the brand because we're helping other kids who are malnutritioned to get proper nutrition in schools. And it was the perfect, program to be part of. And it's backed by the Dubai government. So we felt like, yes, this is something that really aligns with our values for giving back to our community.
Definitely, it makes sense for your business. And what I'd really like to ask you is from your background in FMCG and the fact that you're a marketer, how important was community as part of your ongoing marketing plan, as well as obviously the core, which is the mission and
Yeah.
getting that nutrition, healthy
Yeah,
snacks out there?
Yeah. Community has been, since day one, our main thing. I didn't want to go as a big brand in the beginning where all the relation with the customer would be on the shelf because I don't believe in that. I've worked in FMCGs. That was the kind of products I used to sell. It's just stuff on the shelves and people go and buy it. We didn't want to do that. We wanted something that people would love and would feel connected to because this is the long-term thing, right? So for us, since day one, we're an online e-commerce business. We're not really in any supermarkets yet. But all of the growth came online, which meant we had a lot of access to emails, to moms messaging us on Instagram. On Instagram, every single day, 10 to 20 messages. People asking us about nutrition stuff, about ingredients. Oh, my daughter has a gluten allergy. What range in your product can help her? And the core thing is we answer the questions ourselves. Me or someone in my team have the Instagram and we answer it. And we make the moms heard and they feel like they're seen, and that when someone tells me my daughter has this allergy, I really go out and help her. Like, how can I make this better for you? And they shape our product development as well. So I had so many people asking me, we need egg-free cookies, something I'm working on right now. So just them feeling that we're listening to them makes a community around the brand. And then you would see them, I don't even ask them to share on Instagram, and then when they receive their orders, they tag us, they share, because they feel they're part of the community. Plus, I do love going into events and pop-ups and stuff, and I love going and selling myself like there. just for this, just for the interaction, just for knowing the names of people. And I remember one time I was in a market and a customer was passing by. So I just sing, "Hi, I'm Koala Picks." And she looks at me, she's like, "Oh, I know you guys, I'm a subscriber." And I'm like, "Oh, what's your name?" And she tells me her first name. And then I give her her full name and where she lives. And then I tell her, "It might seem like I'm a stalker. I'm not, trust me. It's just,
You just know your
I know my
customers.
customers by name. Like, I see this person, her name is Reem. I know her name by heart. I will not say her full name. But she's our number one customer. I will not mention how much she spent on snacks for the past 5 years, but she's amazing. Like, I know them by name. So when I meet them in events, I love it. I love it. And they love that I know them. So they feel like
Because it's very rare. It is very rare. And you really have something that most brands will be absolutely desperate for. And that is genuine community engagement.
Yeah.
Like people reaching out to you already as such a young brand. And then really respecting your answers, happy to share, happy to spread the word. Yeah, it's a dream scenario.
Yeah, the other day, I want to mention this one because the feedback was overwhelming. So I reached out to the moms through email saying, "You know what? We've actually started selling in schools in Dubai. So right now we're only in 10 schools, but we would love to be in more schools. So I'm reaching," and the wording was that exactly, "I'm reaching out to you as our community, as our family. If your kid needs Koala Picks in their school, I would love it if you can share a contact of the person responsible for getting us on board." And all night I've been getting emails from moms sending me the name of their school, the name of the canteen provider, the email, phone number to help us get the snacks in their school. And I felt so lucky that I've reached this point where people love to help, because I know from other brands and from my previous experience, we used to have zero connection with customers. It was all over the shelf. If we wanted information, we have to make like a research group. For me, with one email or WhatsApp, I even have a WhatsApp community. I just send and I take a poll and I understand what they want.
Like you immediately have that sounding board from the people who are buying your products. Like it really is incredible. And as a marketer myself, I can tell you, you're so lucky to have that set up. But it was something that you nurtured from the start. And you have a great product that obviously resonates with the audience. And you listen and respond and feedback to your community. And it's something that takes time, like brand trust, it's not overnight.
Yeah.
And it's something that is what everyone wants, but it's hard to achieve. You have to be genuine. The feedback has to be honest both ways. And the respect that you've shown your community definitely has mirrored back to you in the fact you can send one email and you get so many responses. So it's truly inspirational and incredible. You have something really special.
Thank you.
So Aya, being in Dubai for a number of years now, where do you see the health food industry going? Like, what's the progression?
It's growing, and it's growing massively. I would say I can see it like blowing up. When we started almost 6 years ago, we were the first kids brand. Now we are maybe 4 or 5 brands. So it is growing because the population is also growing. And Dubai being Dubai, it has a very young population, very forward thinking, health conscious as well compared to other countries. So I can see the movement towards healthy eating. It's even backed by the government. So now in schools, there are very strict criteria on what school canteens can hold. So no more chocolates, no more brownies.
Thank goodness.
None of that. We're so grateful for that. And this actually gave us the opportunity to say the kids in schools can still have nice food, but just a healthier version. So yeah, I love that Dubai is always thinking about what's happening next and just very hands-on health and sustainability.
Great. And what would your advice be to someone looking to start their own business? I mean, you turned away from a huge career with a big brand and you took a chance.
My advice is don't try to start too big because it will like deplete you. Start small, grow steady, and don't run after fast growth because fast growth is not sustainable. And always be true to the mission you started with. Don't try and shift your mission. You can shift your ways, but not the mission midway, because if you stay true to yourself, stay true to what you're standing for, it will happen. It might take a longer time, but it will happen. And I would tell this person, don't get demotivated. It took 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It does take time. It will get very tough. But if you go through it, resilience is the key here.
Yeah.
If you go through it, it will actually turn out all okay.
Aya, it's been lovely to speak to you today and amazing to hear your incredible journey, how you built up your community and how you truly grew from Dubai. This is the essence of GFD Growth Stories. It's people turning ideas into impact with Dubai at their side. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our updates, and we'll see you next time.